Hello YouTube, it's Eternal Frost with another episode of Eternal Frost Plays Divinity Original Sin 2. Sorry for the brief interlude between the last episode and this one, but I wanted to make sure I could get a full hour in to make sure that we can get some progress in on the story. As you remember, we have just exited the tutorial, so that's where we're coming from. We've just got off the boat, we're waking up on the beaches of an unknown island, and, well, if I remember my status, I was all wet. Let's see where this leads us. I love the transition screen here. It gets old after a while, sure, but I mean, just the characters in this game are glorious. The backstories, the detail, all very worth it. Yep, that's about right.
Work of the ship.
If I remember correctly, I'm dressed up as a human knight, so doing the two-handed thing.
Before joy.
Get my bearings. Take all the things. I think wine can be used for something, I'm not sure what though. I hope you guys are having a good New Year's. We're fresh into 2018 here. It's been really cold hitting the east coast of the US. Luckily I'm central, but when it passed us, our temperatures dipped down well below zero. So while we might be used to it over here near Chicago, sometimes it can get pretty bad over there on the east side. Look at this. Okay.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Tell him not to worry. He can trust you.
Why?
Tell him everyone's got to stick to their own kind.
I guess.
It's kind of
the people who
racist.
put me here are human, and the
Didn't really have
people
a
who
choice
took
there.
my parents away are human too. Or do you mean because I'm a... Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
Nod, you are, and by the looks of that collar around his neck, so
The
is
child
he.
looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
Tell him they may well be wrong and crazy.
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside.
Do your parents know where you are?
They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
It's not safe out here. My ship was attacked by Voidwoken not far off the shore.
But you didn't die.
Oh, why aren't you scared?
Guess I am. But it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
I survived the Voidwoken attack by the skin of my teeth. You should really find somewhere safer
There
to go.
isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Well then, chip chip cherry. Looks like there's some stuff back here. Looking into this waterfall to see if there's anything in it. I have gone through this beach plenty of times, but I'm going to take my time here. Again, I just kind of want you guys to get the full experience here. Some leather scraps, some auto-saving, and some Voidwoken.
Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They've made it to shore.
Well, that can't be too good. Not too concerned about them. I'm gonna go and have at it. Hello, Voidwoken. Oh, miss, of course. Oh, did I not knock you down? Oh, this sword. I need a new one. You know. You know.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
Why not at the same time? Go way into the water in here. Whoa, whoa, as I drown. Whoa, whoa. Let's see here. What loot do they have? I did see a health potions. How much is that? 30 vitality. I've got 48. I thought I saw something. Oh, guess not. Some empty potion bottles. Tomato soup. I wonder what that did. Oh, healing and poison resistance. Also, now I remember what it was. I'm going to eat some of this fish so I can figure out what it does. Intelligence +1. Unknown. We'll just eat the crap out of everything here. I know what garlic does, but I'm going to eat it anyway just to get that there. Get that label there. Ham. Giblets. Oh god. Oh god. Oh jeez. Just eat all the things. There. That's better. This is useful for making potions. So I'm probably just going to combine that straight out and do a little bit of crafting. I think I mentioned in the earlier episode that crafting can be really useful in this game. It's made a magic armor potion, so that'll be good in a jiffy if I need to restore my magic armor. Armor is very important in this game. You see I have 2 physical armor and no magic armor. Basically, and I think I mentioned this in the prior episode, but as long as you've got armor, you can resist the effects of like status. So keeping your armor topped off will hopefully prevent those status effects. And each type of armor does, or each type of effect will affect you either on your physical armor or your magic armor accordingly, right? So, again, I'm just kind of chewing on everything just to get the definitions, or the details in on these guys. So, I'll drink this. Oops. No, I want to drink you. Here, drink a thing of beer, thing of wine. Oh yeah, now I'm drunk. Oh yeah, this is great. This is what I'm talking about. You drink some of this. Oh, can I not drink it? So drunk right now. Oh man. Oh man. We're feeling it. Feeling it. Yeah, it's a waste of money, but again, just for completion's sake. The drunken shrubbery. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I got the level 2. See? So drunk, don't even remember what I was doing. This kid's is why you don't drink. Before you know it, memory loss. Start losing your inhibitions. You end up with a kid somewhere you don't know about. It's horrible, I tell you. Usually go this way, but what was I doing? Usually I go in the counterclockwise, kind of up here. That's what I'll do. I replaced my mouse. My mouse is getting kind of beaten up. Replace it with the exact same kind of mouse, just a new one. So hopefully my scrolling isn't as broken as it was in the last one. Also, it seems like I was having a clicking issue where holding down my left click wasn't keeping. Like it would stop. Like if I would hold down the left click and drag, it would stop the drag. So hopefully all that is okay now. There's a lot of shells here. I'm gonna have to remember to level up. Kind of just wandering all over the place. There is a shovel that I'm gonna be after in a bit. There's the red prince. I'm gonna ignore him for now. I think I mentioned prior that I've got a plan already with who I'm going to end up in my team. or who I'm going to end up inviting to my team. It's going to be the dwarf. I'm going to have Losa and the Fane. So we're going to be doubling up on the physical and doubling up on the magical. We're not going to do any rogue type stuff, although I will give Fane the ability to pick locks. And we will also be... Oh look, there's
A
the
black
cat.
cat. Hello, kitty.
So apparently if you keep this cat alive, it will become
The cat's
familiar to you
eyes are
later.
clouded and grey.
You have to escape
but it
for
stares
joy
at you with
without
its
killing
eyes
it.
clear.
So it's harder than it sounds because he tends to walk through poison a lot. But I think we can make it happen. I'm not gonna be scum saving here, so I mean that's so. If he dies, he dies. If you know we get wiped, etc., etc. I won't be you know, abusing the quick save system, as it were. So that'll also make for better play, I think, because then you're not forced to watch me saving constantly. Cool, I got enough bedrolls for everybody now. Skull, some cheese. Anything to cook? So you can combine these campfires with cooking pots, and that will allow you to cook things in your inventory, such as these raw lumpy giblets. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to, first we'll light the fire. Don't know if that makes a difference. Combine that with a cooking pot, and bam, you now have a cooking fire. So now I can use that to, like I said, cook certain things. Like this, I can make that into dinner, which is a much better buff, plus 1 to strength and vitality, instead of the raw lumpy giblets, which is basically disease. You can, of course, use it to cook other things too, but it's a good spot to start converting things that you have, you know, that you aren't normally useful. I thought I had like an empty mug or cup. Guess not. Empty mugs and cups are quite useful. More importantly, I got that shovel. Oh, you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to level too. Completely forgot about that. Let's see here. I don't have any... I got this extra skill. Don't have any skills that I'm waiting on, so I won't bother with memory. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to increase my strength. And I think I'm going to bump up my constitution. I'm going to be adding wits every once in a while. Basically, every level I'm going to add strength, because that's going to increase my strength, my damage, right? For any strength-based character, and that's going to be great. Constitution will increase my health. They call it vitality here, so that's always important. It increases it by percent, and you gain a set level of vitality per level. So the more constitution, obviously, the more vitality you get. For wits, that increases your critical chance, initiative, and kind of like is your ability to spot things in the environment. So I kind of increase that halvesies with the constitution, like whenever I have a free point, so that I can hopefully act sooner in battle, which is huge, of course. And of course, critical chance and the other bits are kind of nice to haves. So for weaponry, we're gonna go and let's see here. We're gonna basically bump up warfare pretty quickly to 5 as quickly as we can. I think I might. Yeah, for now I'm going to bump warfare up to 5, then I'm going to bump two-handed up to 5, and then I'll be probably adding other things as we kind of go through, as needed, basically. So I'm going to be pretty much making him solely a tank, so he's basically going to primary warfare and pretty much nothing else. But if there's some kind of hybrid skill, because they do have later in the game the ability to craft skills that are like of 2 disciplines, for example, Huntsman and Geomancer. Actually, I don't know about that, but Aerothurge and Huntsman does have a skill, for example. If I have something like a Warfare plus Fire skill, I might do that just to, you know, get access to that skill. And here, I believe I was increasing my Persuasion for this character as far as it would go, and then each of the other characters would be maxing out either Lucky Charm, Lore Master, or Thievery, if I remember correctly. Just haven't decided what they're going to be, who's doing what yet. So, kind of a reminder to myself, as well as to you guys, about what direction I was taking here. So now that I have this shovel, I can start digging up things like this grave, which I know that there's a zombie under here, so...
May he find the peace denied him in life in the Hall of Echoes.
He's going to poison me as soon as he comes out, if I remember correctly. I'm going to watch this cat run. There he goes. I don't think he's got any armor. He's got little armor. Not a lot. I can still knock him down first turn. There you go. He's healing because he's in the poison. We're going to smack him. There you go. And get back up. I'm going to clear that poison. Knock him down again. Give him a nice whack. He's going to get back up. I will give him what's what. 2 more swings. It's going to be more damage than doing the all-in. Nice. Textbook. Did suffer a hit. So, all-in. I'm not exactly what the damage increase is on it, but 11, 13, 9 to 10, what I'm getting 1 to 3 extra points. It's not really worth the extra AP. I gotta be careful about that poison there. It's gonna kill me. And he had no treasure. Nice. Bedroll comes into use. So yeah, that cat's gonna be pretty iffy about walking into poison, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Let's see here. Went up there. There is treasure here, I think. Oh, Fane is back here, so we're gonna want that. Like right around here. Oh, there you go. You found it.
Something.
So you'll notice my guy didn't see the other place to dig, but I knew to dig there from prior games. If your wits are high enough, you can spot things like that. So basically free treasure. I don't see why anyone could turn away free treasure, right? This bow is magical. It's worth 200 gold. Obviously we're going to sell that. Leather armor, better than this crap I have in my chest right now. So good times. Getting some armor here. So let's go pick up Fane really quick. And then continue our journeys. So, yeah, you might not have seen that, but if you look at the map on the top right corner, you'll see that there is a spot here. I've noticed that that's the best way to see secret locations, is you examine the map, and if you see that you can find a way through, unlike Divinity 1, where I don't think it actually shows like an outline of where you can and can't go. Here, if you see that outline, and it looks like you can't reach it. Well, that was rather sudden and annoying. I seem to have had a DirectX crash. I'm going to go ahead and blame that on the patches I've done recently to cover from Meltdown and the Spectre. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of those particular security issues that Intel was talking about. But anyway, I'm back. Hopefully this recording is going to go well. I'm going to try to stitch this together with the previous video and then upload it as one. Here we have Fane. I was talking about how you can find secret areas by looking at the top right of the map. So if you look at the top right of the map, you can see that there are outlines of where you can and can't go. And oftentimes you'll find a place where you can't actually reach that place, or it doesn't look like it's a visible place to reach from your current position on the actual screen. So in those kinds of cases, you know, it's worth your while to just double check the map and see if there's a weird spot that looks not like it's not joined with the rest of where you're at, the rest of the map. So not sure if that actually made any sense, but there it is. We'll probably see that later as we go through the game. So anyway, here's Fane.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
Cough politely.
Ah! No! Stay back! Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Admit that you're surprised to find him here. Why did he head for a prison island?
It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for. I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given me the slip. Thus...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Ask what his business is with the body.
Why, its face, of course. What other use would I have for some rotting corpse? A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull.
I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body.
I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool,
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Why does he need to make a mask?
because my own was stolen from me. And the idea of being chased across Rivellon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal. Oh, get away!
I like him. He's fun.
Monster, hide the children! Ah. You are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... well, not my kind, but those that look like me. So, if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features.
Look at him curiously. What does he mean, not his kind?
Simply put, I am an Eternal.
No, I'm an
and
Eternal.
you are not.
I'm an Eternal Frost.
You have my sympathies.
Gosh, this guy.
Indeed, no one seems to have the good taste to be. My people are rather absent.
At least from this realm. As for the others... well... there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil field.
So,
Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
why is he still here if all of his people have vanished?
Well, that hardly seems relevant. But if you must know, I was inconvenienced.
He's hiding something.
Several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps millennia. One tends to lose track. I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree that the universe should be explored to its full potential. Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate.
Where does he think his people are? In some other realm?
Ah, well, that is the curious thing. They are clearly absent from this world, and yet they are everywhere. Every one of your races resembles them in some manner, and the statues you have built to your gods look remarkably familiar. Perhaps my people have ascended to some new realm, or perhaps your gods are merely a folk memory. Regardless, they are not here, but I will find them, wherever they are.
Well, it sounds like he needs a companion. Would you like to come with?
I suppose, circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous. You seem more at ease in this world than I.
Yeah,
A guide would certainly be useful.
it would work out well for both of us.
Excellent.
While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in... well, all things.
So this part of the dialogue, basically, they're going to ask you what you want them to be.
Of
When they
course,
grow
the
up.
arcane arts
so-
are my little speciality.
I don't
But
think I'm going to
being
make him a
brilliant
wizard.
does
I'm
not
going to have
mean
him
I cannot
specialize
handle blade
in
or
summoning
bow.
and
So,
necromancy.
which do you require for this enterprise of yours?
I'll ask him what he knows about
Much
magic.
magic? I was controlling the powers of the universe while your people were still
So it looks like
doing whatever it is you
3
used to do.
here.
What speciality would you prefer?
Say you're looking for a witch.
I could do that with one hand behind my spine. If I had
It
your
was
mind, I'd
conjurer,
rather
someone
wish
gets
I could
one
change
aided
it
battlefield.
too. But very well, you take your time.
You know, I'm going to do conjurer. I can't remember which is which. There's a spot later where we can change
I
things.
could do that with one hand.
So-
Splendid.
Very well.
So there he goes. He should be mostly. Oops. Let's see if there's anything I can actually give him first. Skill-wise, so he's level 2, so he's got some skills already invested, which is kind of unfortunate. But we can, like I said, doctor that up later. Like leadership, what's that all about? 2 on summoning, that's okay. And lore master, so we'll keep him. Actually, I'll need him on thievery, so that's going to be kind of interesting. Genius, pet pal. I wonder if I'll keep pet pal. That could be interesting. Alright, well, let's doctor this guy up. So he's got a shield. We're going to replace that with a staff. Not water though. He'll want to do poison. He's got a fire wand. That's not helpful. We got some short sticks here. You can make that into a wand, I think, if I use a skull, which I thought I saw. There it is. Bam. We have a poison wand. Perfect. So we're going to pass that on to him. And look at the draw. It's kind of random what you get. So I'm going to start passing him grenades. He can use grenades to create surfaces. Also the small poison bottle, because he heals with poison. And so, depending on the surface, his summon's can be affected appropriately. So, we'll do that. We'll swap out his wand there. Get rid of the fire one. Yay, inventory management. Gonna get rid of that. Let's see, what kind of skills does he have? So, summoning skills. That's perfectly fine. Gonna do a little rearranging here. Please hold. Conjure Incarnate. Elemental Totem. Oops. That was dumb. Dead. Time Warp. Remove shields up. I'm not going to really be using that too much, so I don't really care. This is his natural ability. Doesn't cost anything. That is his source ability. So he doesn't have a lot of skills at all, and that's, again, probably because I picked Conjure, which limits him to summoning, but we will fix that later, of course. So, one thing that I didn't really notice until later in the game is that you have the ability to do formations. So, basically, whoever's in front is going to be who you're controlling. So I'm going to put him a little bit further away from me so that I can shield him or tank for him. And he will basically attempt to stay in that formation no matter where we walk. It's not as good as, say, notice this chest over here that I was staring at. It's not as good as, say, you know, if you're playing with, if you're playing co-op and everyone can kind of fan out in whatever direction they need. So it's not the best thing, but yeah, notice that there's a tree stump here and this dead elf. So, but it's better than nothing, right? So, don't know if you noticed, but there is a path up here. You'll notice that I cleared that earlier with a stomp. That's so my cat can follow me up here. Otherwise, he's going to run through that poison and, like I said, be an idiot and get hurt. So.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling.
Gently ask, what's wrong?
The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with curious eyes.
Yeah, look just like a warrior princess I used to know.
A wide grin cracks across the child's face through her tears, showing two big gaps where her front teeth should be. She laughs.
Really? Yeah. Warrior Princess Coral. You're nice. You can have this. I found it outside, but I can't read it yet. That's next year, and then I'll learn it.
The child wipes her eyes and, grinning, plunks herself down on the earthen ground. She starts tracing shapes, hearts, stars, and diamonds into the dirt.
I still haven't really figured out what to do with that girl. Or really this elf.
Everything has a heart. Except lizards, maybe. Maybe they do. I don't know. The waterfall has a heart made of a giant diamond. See?
So she's alluding to this waterfall in the chest.
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig! You do
Apologize,
nothing wrong.
back away.
I am not myself. This place. Freya. Please. Please, just go.
I haven't figured out what to do with her either. It's got to be something. I wonder if it's related to the body over there. Let's see here. These turtles here, they're gonna get really angry with me.
Can you feel it? Can you feel the darkness approaching?
Confirm that you too sense a troubling presence.
Does it cast a long shadow on you as it does me? My heart frosts over as if I've been violated by nothingness itself.
That sounds pleasing.
It threatens to consume me. It threatens to consume all.
That's good.
What's this? A found something.
I knew this was here. Ooh, big chest. Did not know. Remember how big that was. Yep, there it is.
These turtles, they're transforming.
8 armor. I do 8 to 9 damage, so this will knock him down. Actually, yes, I will do that. Then I will approach. Do I have Opportunist? I do. Enter. And now the power of a summoner. These guys are a bit, well, disturbing at lower levels. So they can summon incarnates, which are basically, think of them as elementals, and totems. And you can have multiple totems and only a single incarnate, or basically major summon, controllable summon. The incarnate will take on the properties of whatever surface or cloud you summon them in. The totem as well. So if I do this in water, I'll get a water-based little elemental type thing here. And I could also summon an elemental totem, which will give me ranged capabilities. Now, the totem doesn't move, but like I said, you can kind of spam those. Get a bunch of them. So, there you go. These guys have Opportunists as well. You'll notice that he's doing magic damage per attack. So, most of the elemental ones will do magic damage. Some of them, like the blood or wood, I think oil ones as well, do physical damage. So that is important, as they'll be the ones that'll be damaging armor, right? So since he's water, he can heal. I'm tossing that in my main now to help him tank. And then I will also smack him and taunt him, so that they'll attack the expendable guy next turn. Oh, or both of us. That was fascinating. So we'll make my way over to this turtle. Knock them both down. And cripple. Oh, wait, no. Get a big swing on this guy. Nice. And you'll notice that while this is on cooldown, this has a 1-turn cooldown. So I really can spam these things as quite a bit. So now we have oil here, so I'm going to drop an oil one probably here. You want to kind of space them out, because if you get them too close together, they can be hit by area of attacks. And you'll see that they're, I mean, 6 life. These things are very fragile. So you'll want to be careful with that. Actually, this elemental bolt, which seems like it doesn't do a lot of damage, 7 to 8 based on intelligence, but you'll see it has a casting cooldown of 1 AP, right? Its real use is that it gives you a surface. So, like, while it can do damage, I just dropped electrified water here. Now I can use that to summon an elemental totem. So, again, it's useful to create surfaces. So that's why it's important that I give grenades to Fane. Since I'll be specializing in summoning and necro, I won't be able to specialize in elemental attacks. So he'll be relying on those grenades to generate dependable surfaces, because while the dimensional bolt is random, grenades are not. So I'm able to utilize grenades to control what kind of surfaces I'm going to have, which is very important. I think my oil one's already dead. Killed himself, if I remember correctly. Yeah, from the shock. I'm never gonna make it because of the... Oh, I did make it. I was dropping like oil whenever they hit. It's kind of weird. It is. What's nice is those things do have a bit of intelligence. So if I create a poison one, and Fane's in trouble health-wise, the poison one will shoot Fane to help him regenerate. So it's kind of interesting and useful to have a poison one lying around if you're undead. I get all of them. Oh, there's his corpse. Here's a
Swallowed
book.
too much seawater by the looks of it.
Foolish to escape by sea in these waters.
Oh, I think that wand is something Fane will want. Yep, send to Fane. Double up his, get some gloves over to Fane. Go read the book. First night here. Don't seem like it'll be too bad. Found somewhere quiet to sleep. Brought enough dry bed to last me. When all this blows over, I'll be happy to say I survived it in comfort. A group of dumb brutes shook me down for my bread. I'll have to get smart if I want to eat. Met an old fisherman named Brad. Taught me how to make a net. Brad's gone. Dumb brutes took my net. At least the meanest one got took in the night. Getting hungry. I was always a strong swimmer. Waters around here are pretty glassy. Can't be much more than a few miles ashore, eh? Looks like he died. Didn't go too well for him, did it? Got another book here. It's a crafting book, so this will give me some recipes. That it did. Let's see here. Got a locked chest. I think possibly the first locked one. Another crafting book. Gives me some bow recipes. And I don't think I can open it, but... So, Fane being undead can unlock anything with his bony fingers, so I'm having him try. Of course, his thievery level doesn't exist, so it's too low. Normally you can bash that thing open with our swords, but doing so would actually hurt the durability, like I've mentioned before. So another bonus for having a summon is that you can have them beat the crap out of a chest instead of you. That way you don't have to worry about losing durability on your weapons. And just kind of have it have its way. Where'd my cat go? Is it dead already? Might have happened. Mage's pants, scroll, and gold. I'll send those mage's pants over to the mage. Fane's making out. Alright, let's give him this, and then give him this. Send this back over to Frost, and give him some pants. Send that to Frost. Equip these gloves. You got some good upgrades. Send to Frost for money. So wow, Fane's decking it out. 9 magic armor. I think he's doing better than good old Frost over here. No shield for me. Good loot. Now we start making our way back. So undead have to be wearing, you'll notice that I don't have any shoes on this character, or a helmet. He has to have this hood on, these wraps. Torso armor, leg armor, and foot armor. If he's not wearing armor in any of those locations, he will actually, he'll be seen as undead and trigger violent responses. So, and of course they don't care that I've killed those turtles, because, you know, they suck. Oh, is my cat waiting here? Oh, the cat was waiting there, because it can't climb that thing. Okay, well that explains where I went. Oh, so this dusty pouch, right? I'm going to pick that up and use that as a container. That's really important because you can use containers in your toolbar, which helps you organize your items, right? So, let's see here. Would Fane need it more than I? Or he's got a book. Guess I could read those. This is an expensive book. 1218 AD, Lucian and the Black Ring. In this treatise, Cranley the Scribe goes to great lengths to document the genesis of the Black Ring as best as he can. In summary, Lucian's adopted son Damien was resentful of his father and became the Lord of Chaos, which sounds extreme, but according to Hubert, Damien may have had good reason. There's much about Lucian's killing of Gerna, Damien's lover. Damien's banner attracted a cabal of outcasts, deviants, dark wizards, and various other tainted and tarnished individuals. The cabal became an army, fighting for the Void. Void doesn't sound good. This notebook is filled with meticulous notes observing the traits and habits of the mortal races. It details the foods they eat, the clothes they wear, and their speech patterns. It also includes some rather confused diagrams of their mating habits. Oh, Fane. Rather than selling that, we're going to put that in his backpack, because that's his personal stuff. So I guess I will keep that on this character, on my main character so far, and just dump potions in it, I guess. Where'd my red scrolls go? There you go. I need potions and food, I guess. Food that I'll drink, which includes this constitution, bread, eat this cheese, this dinner. Oh, and it removed my armor because I now lack finesse, because that food dropped my finesse. I'll send this to Fane. So garlic, I don't know if you noticed that. Two things that are pretty neat. One, it makes you immune to diseased or infected, which is pretty nice, but it also makes you smelly. The thing about smelly is that it makes you less of a target, so you will be less prioritized by enemies. So that's pretty good for wizards or people who need to stand back. Wits. These create healing potions. These poison potions. That's funny. Why is it unknown? Huh. I guess I'll stop eating those. I was eating them to get the effects listed, but if they're not going to stay, I don't see why I would. Maybe I have to eat it. Here, I'll just eat one more. That'll be the last one I eat, because I don't want to waste bottle potential or ingredient potential. Crafting can give you the edge sometimes in combat, so it's really good to, again, pick up some of that random stuff and learn how to make potions and other goods, because they can really turn the tide in a sore situation. Worst case, even if you don't use what you're crafting, you can sell it for more money. So, again, I think I've said that in the last episode, but it's just good to pick up random stuff to craft. So there's a trigger for an event up there, that's why I'm kind of avoiding it. Yep, there it is. Showed the effect there. Avoiding it for now, at least. This yellow flower will be important later. I'm going to grab it really quick. And remember, this is where we picked up the shovel. Just kind of coming around here. This long branch is going to be useful. If I picked up some sharp rocks, I should be able to craft a two-handed weapon, which is going to be better than what I've got right now. I do have sharp rocks, so I'm going to go ahead and combine those. Hopefully make something good. There it is. 7 to 9 physical, better than the piece of a two-hander that I have now. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that. Watch my damage jump from 9 to 10 to 10 to 13. My all-in now does 13 to 16, so that's a significant increase. Crafting, it'll do ya. So there's another reason why I wanted Fane to have poison. While it sounds like a great boon to be able to heal yourself with poison, there's one big negative to being undead, and that's healing potions will hurt you. So it's really good to have poison staves, not for the damage they do, or poison wands, not for the damage they do, but for the healing they give you. Because you can hit yourself with an attack, and there you go. I've poisoned myself, or created a poison puddle under me, right? So that's really good for an immediate, if you need an immediate heal, or if you're not doing too well and you don't have you've run out of poison potions. Very useful. Oh, I forgot to give him a bedroll. Bedrolls are always important. Bedrolls still function the same as they do for undead, so if they take a nap, they will feel better. That rested too gives you a small boost to attributes. Not sure how really useful that small boost is, but there it is. There's a ladder here, you can skip this whole sequence, but I rarely take it. It's better as a route back here after we've done some stuff within Fort Joy. Lots of loot.
1, 2, long dead as a fruit. 3, 4, pretty shells on the shore.
It's not creepy at all, kid.
Hey, mister. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Well, I'm glad she's happy. I wonder if she does anything.
Adults always want to talk. Can't I just play here with my shells a while?
She'll be there for the rest of the game. That's an assumption. I don't actually know if that's the case or not. So we're coming up on time. I'm going to hit this last event here, and we can consider this beach to be pretty much done until we return for more gold. But let's go and see what happens up here.
We already know the truth, Magister. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Presume this lizard's treachery has been great, or the regime is run by the pettiest of tyrants.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Exciting.
Come. We'll be needed elsewhere.
Every once in a while you'll see these exclamation points pop up with your party members. That means they're ready for a chat with you.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
There's one magister fear for us
These
to worry
creatures
about.
are so prone to violence. Naturally, the weaker specimens suffer.
Those are good times for you to gain trust with your companions. I haven't beaten the game, so I don't know what that trust or attitude buys you, but I'm sure it has an effect later on. So, look, we get a leg. Nice. Actually, you know what? We got a couple more minutes, and I did want to at least somewhat flesh out the party. So let's take a couple steps in here and see if we can't get Losa to join us. Sooner the better, right?
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty.
You mean those horrific creatures the Magister had in tow?
That Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. How do you not know this?
I obey generals, not bishops.
You doubt Alexander, Pipsqueak. You haven't seen him or the Hammer in combat. They squash sorcerers like the bugs they are. You are. Now why don't you move along and settle in? A Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. We're up to our hoods in sinners these days.
And she's got a pretty big hood, it looks like. Covering her eyes. Can't see straight.
Saw 'em, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did.
Yeah, I saw it. It was pretty
'Tis a
gruesome.
misfortune, brother. You lot can't help your condition, but at least the humans of you ain't celebrating the source plague.
What do you know about Alexander and
When
Dallas?
you give up the darkness that's
Oops,
inside
that was
you,
wrong.
take you. They're working on a cure for bishops.
That's what I
of
meant
the
to pick.
dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one, but Alexander's looking after us in the meantime, all the same. And the hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, she did.
Friendly folk. Prejudices all galore. Who's this guy?
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the hammer herself. They were so close, almost within arm's reach.
That was close enough to watch them murder one of their
A
own.
traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive
Murder's
their
murder.
due.
No matter which banner mops up the blood.
Easy enough to say in times of peace, but look around. We're standing on the edge of the end. The void woken are coming, sir. And it's
Void
only
woken.
the divine order that can
Void
protect us.
woken. I have such problems saying that word.
He hasn't changed a bit.
So we're going to continue a little bit here, and
Come on then, Libsy. Hey up.
actually, let's talk to. This is Losa, if you remember from the ship. Gotta talk to her first.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were you. Glad to see you made it.
Don't even remember my name.
Nothing
Nice.
like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape?
I'm not sure. Fell into the water and was nearly lost.
Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean.
Yeah, some strange voice sounded like it wanted me to
I
survive.
heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only.
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run
I'm
from her
gonna
eyes
shake her
down
shoulder.
her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Why is she acting so strangely?
Oh, it's nothing really. It's just, I'm just a bit hospitable.
Waggle a rakish eyebrow and ask if she's implying you should make yourself at home.
Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's 'cause you're like a clump of leaves on the
Thanks.
side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
How many things are you hosting right
Feels
now?
like just one, strangely enough. Big one, though. Don't know its name yet, either. It takes time for them to get comfortable and introduce themselves. So, how are you enjoying the joy?
I heard the accommodation was exceptional and had to see it for myself.
So true. And you can stay as long as your heart desires, free of charge. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that.
Sounds like a good idea. That's what I was planning anyway.
It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve. So you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately, I've been into the enchanting arts. But I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires.
Sounds good.
Sounds fine. So, yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way.
Alright. Getting more companions is always good. So she needs a bag, sleeping or bedroll, as everybody does. So we'll hand that off to her. And let's do some quick organizing of her inventory as well. So Enchanter, as she starts with, she gets basically Aerothurge and Hydrosophist, but we're going to make her master everything. So we're going to give her, well, everything, all the elements, Aerothurge, Geomancer, Hydrosophist, and Pyrokinetic, and we'll kind of go from there. So she's going to need a lot of memory and a lot of, well, she's just going to need a lot of memory to handle all those skills. It looks like she's got some Lore Master, just like Fane did, but we'll be redirecting Fane to do Thievery, so I'll keep her on that Lore Master, the Lore Master treadmill, as it were. So let's see what she's got. Looks like Hail Strike, Rain, and electric discharge, as well as her innate skills, and the Staff of Magus, which is a range attack you get from any staff. So we'll just do a quick reorganization here of her goods.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
It's actually an attack. So 2, 3, 3, 3, 1, 6. Well, rain isn't really. Rain is good for preparatory reasons. You know, it can douse fires like it says, but more importantly, you can leave a puddle with which to freeze and or shock. So it's really quite nice. So it doesn't deal direct damage, but it's great at dealing indirect damage.
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
I'm not sure if I should put this under attacks or defenses. I'll put it under attacks.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cud chewer.
Alright. There we go. You can hear that them spitting over there. We're gonna go and do some formation hijinks here. Gonna split them behind me. That's good. And now we'll intervene here. Oh, sharp rock.
Disgusting like threats.
Get a little bit
Right, God.
This is not your business, long pig.
I love how we're called long pigs. Not sure
Don't
what
let
that means.
this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way...
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment, before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff.
Why?
Especially not one of you.
Oh, who's Griff?
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp.
Why does the elf owe him
Everyone
money?
in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection, no exceptions. Especially not for elves. Griff's orders.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Sounds more like a shakedown.
You two ought to be thanking your lucky gods it's us, and not the magisters enforcing round here. A fool never knows what they've got till it's well and gone. Now come on, elf. If you make me say it again, there's gonna be trouble.
If he chooses to harm her, I can stand by and watch.
Neither will I.
We got a system, and it looks like you don't want to fit in.
Exciting. Except now she's in the way of my attack here. Oh boy, let's get behind her. And then... Can I cripple her for... I might be able to. Nice.
Glory is mine.
They'll keep the heat off the elf lady. more hits. Ended that quick. I'll get him in front of my wizard. For that exact reason. Oh, ow, that hurt. Like how they're all in the way. Thanks, guys. Point blank. And here comes the cat again.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
I've an errand to run around here first. I'll catch up with you there later.
Remember, past the kitchens, down to the beach, inside the caves there. There is a safe place.
Goods. Can't call shame on the goods. Looks like Burrow's club is not as good as my two-handed mace. Although it is a single-handed item, so that's kind of crazy when you think about it. And that's it. I just wanted to make sure we had Loza in the party and give you one last round of combat. We're going to call it for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are enjoying, please subscribe, leave a like. If you guys have any comments or you want to help direct this play through, just let me know in the comments and I'll do what I can. Otherwise, hope you're enjoying the ride. This is Eternal Frost, signing out for my solo Let's Play for Divinity Original Sin 2.